Political campaigns have started to gather momentum after Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney called the snap election for April 28th. The election in Canada comes at a time when tension with the United States is running high on the tariff front. Mark Carney is seeking votes to deal with the threat from the US, while opposition Conservatives blame Carney to be an elitist who plans to continue policy of high government spending. Other key players in the elections are Bloc Quebec and New Democratic Party. Fuzail Ahmed has more.
Leaders of political parties in Canada have started their campaign after the announcement of snap elections for April 28th. Besides handling of soaring housing costs and an affordability crisis, tariff war with the United States is likely to dominate the elections in Canada. Although the next election was not due until October 20th, Mark Carney is hoping to capitalize on a remarkable recovery by his Liberal Party in the polls since January, when Trump began threatening Canada.
Our response must be to build a strong economy and a more secure Canada. President Trump claims that Canada isn't a real country. He wants to break us so America can own us. We will not let that happen. We're over the shock of the betrayal, but we should never forget the lessons. We have to look out for ourselves. We have to look out for each other.
Riding the anti-incumbency wave until recently, the Conservatives now seek to rekindle the anger and disappointment associated with Justin Trudeau's economic policies. They have sought to portray Mark Carney as an elitist who plans to continue the Trudeau-era policy of high government spending.
They are the same Liberals, with the same ministers, the same MPs, the same advisors, the same policies, and even today making the same promises that they've been breaking for over 10 years. And who did they choose to bring in? Mr. Carney. Under the Liberals, led by Trudeau or Carney, what we have is out-of-touch, weak leadership. And for Mr. Carney, someone who will not stand up for our country.
On the other hand, Bloc Quebec is a key player in predominantly French-speaking province of Quebec.
I do not have the feeling that Quebecers trust so much Mr. Poilievre. And I do not have the feeling that Quebecers know so much about Mr. Carney. So if what they propose is good, they have nothing to fear, because as we did in the last 6 years, we will support what is good for Quebec.
While left-leaning New Democratic Party focuses on worker and labor issues. The announcement of elections come at a time when tensions have escalated with the United States. US presidential tariffs and calls to annex Canada have fueled anger among many Canadians. Thousands rallied in downtown Toronto for Elbows Up Canada amid US-Canada trade war. Huge demonstrations, enough to assure all that Trump trade and tariffs are going to be a major factor in these polls. Fuzail Ahmed's report for DD India.